Corda, on what there in Park and Cream the Clay Canish Alliance gave a skull. Clay Canish Ryan DC a shade, DC 6. We've skull played shows in Laragh, playing Great Skull Chionn. We would like to introduce you to both teams to begin with, starting with Skull named Shosai. Ibrahim Sakul, Nation Han. Ibrahim Kate Barrett. Ibrahim 3, Lucy O'Donovan. Ibrahim Cahar, Side Conan. Correction, Side is wearing Iver a Cooig according to the programme. Iver a Shot wearing number 7, Creva Linehan. Iver a Hub, Ruby O'Halloran. Iver a May, Julie Canty. Iver a De, Isabel Lane. Wearing Iver a Doyog, Aisling Daly. Carol Casey, Iver a Trio. Iver a Cardia, Julie Fleming. Iver a Cuidia, Emily O'Flynn. Isabel Scally, Iver a Shadia. Abby Walsh. Rose Fitzgerald. Rachel Murray. Fiona O'Brien. Louise Clayson, Julie O'Keefe, and also listed we have Holly Banbury. Agus Kalini on Great Bull Kiltoya, Ibrahim School, Riva Irahali. Ibrado Nora Dubon. Number 3, Nancy Nicrahur. Number Cardia, Daisy Nihargoin. Number Kui, Hannah Nivoraku. Number Shea, Amy Nicola Forick. Number Shot, Lucy Nikelahur. Number Hunt, Clodagh Nirigoin. Ibrahim Roisin Kirdoin. Ibrahim Rosie Plant. Ibrahim Roisin Nicori. Ibrahim Maureen Nicaragon. Ibrahim Ruby Niharneda. Ibrahim Cardia Evan Nilishi. Iver a Cuidiag Emer Ni Concreda. Iver a Shadiag Emer Ni Comasky. Ella Rose Nicola Chodda. Mia Nicanasby. Agus Side Niguir. Honorary Torrent of today's referee is Damien Horgan from St. Patrick's Boys. And please line up immediately, girls. Might move into the centre into the referee meeting.
Fáilteamh illegaléir go páirc chuomhanmh don Clay Canish seo idir Laragh ó droch na Boundan agus Gaelscoil Chionn. So it's a really exciting day for both schools because for both schools it's their first time ever being in a Camogie Schema Skull final. For Laragh, it's their first ever final for the school, and tSaile, then considering tSaile Camogie was only founded in 2015, Gaelscoil Chionn are definitely flying the flag for the club. So tSaile have done the initial offensive attack there and defending very well the back row team from Laragh in this 12-a-side. We have great play there coming between both teams. It's a bit stalemate here, just both teams trying to settle in this beautiful carpet of a pitch here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh, and Mila Buekas to the grounds people in Páirc Uí Chaoimh for having it in such fantastic condition. Now that's a very important pick up there by the defender there for Laragh, and that was well done there by Ivor Shach there and Cuiva Linhan, but the ball came in equally from the other side then from tSaile. Now 12 aside, so we have Coolbarra and 11 playing out in the field. So I'm just looking at here, and it looks like we have 2 in the full back line, 3 in the half back line, 2 midfielders, and actually I think it's not really following a definitive format at all. It looks like it's going to be very open play here. Laragh coming again with the defence. I think that could be Cuiva coming again, get it to her teammate Eva Renee. Julie Canty, the captain. For Julie, interesting enough, is the only player representing Noosa Down Camogie Club. And great play coming out here, excellent job there, and we have the ball going into the forward line here for Laragh, and coming in very quickly and carrying the ball, but unfortunately she overcarried, so she's not entitled to the goal. I think, to be honest, she won't argue with the referee, but that's a very good start there now for Laragh. She picked it up effortlessly, carried the ball, so I think now Gaelscoil Chionn are definitely going to have to take note of an Ivor Shin. Now taking the free there for tSaile, Gaelscoil Chionn, Nadarish Kehi, Marnie Ni Fedalum on Ivor Coil, and a great block down there between both defenders for Laragh. The ball is being pushed forward anyway by Laragh. Laragh really attacking with great determination. After all, it's their first time ever in a Skeena Skull final for both the Bucaleos and the Colleen Laragh, so it's a very special moment to stay. And of course Gaelscoil Chionn are hoping to add to their success from last October, and are doing very well then to hold that really determined offensive Laragh forward line. Now there's a bit of stalemate here, bit of, I suppose, trying to get them measure each other, very respectful. There are no big hurley swinging when there are so many feet around, and coming away with the ball is Gaelscoil Chionn coming there to the forward line and picking it up and striking, and the defender was in front, but unfortunately she failed to get it on Coolbarra. Mahu Leisha sent the ball out to the wing, out to one of her backs, and first again to it is Gaelscoil Chionn, and no strangers to final day here in Skeena Skull, hoping to add to that Comortis that they won there last October. And now defending vigorously there is the defender for I'd say she more likely is midfielder there. That was Ruby O'Halloran, clearing the ball with interest too, hopping beautifully in this beautiful carpet of Parky Queeve, and great defending there by the defender there for Gaelscoil Chionn. Now here we have the forward for Laragh being marked by 2 players. No, the ball is still there for Laragh, it's still there on the wing, getting the ball, settling herself, trying to strike it in with Ivor Death there. Isabel Lane though didn't get very far. It was blocked there by the defenders for Laragh, and trying to pick it. There's a lot of skill being shown here today by players from both sides. Girls team seem to favour the picking ball, the possession hurling. It's coming out there to fin. It's Dacker on Ivor Echo because of the hoops. Top Ronan, but it's a Ruharainer there, done really well undone. Leshan Galin Shin Glanúta right there. August sending the ball out to defender for Laragh, and she just stumbled as she struck the ball and lost her boot, but that's okay. She can still play on regardless. And coming out there was a very important interception there by the defender for Laragh. She's going to tackle a second girl. Has she defeated 2 girls there? Laragh really holding very firm there in the back line there. It's a very interesting match here. I must say it's very unsimilar fod, and the ball is gone. Clay agus 4-wheel. Now we have almost 5 minutes of play gone in this 15 minutes aside match, and it's a very interesting match indeed. Now, and Glanúnta Raig Leshan Glehe is Colleen O'Lara. She's just going to make sure she has her boots on, and the on-way tour for the day. Mila Bueka's the on-way tour for today, and ball's gone, lovely free taken up there. It's gone as far as midfield. Like again, both midfield seem to measure each other. And Ivor Ado for Laragh, Kate Barrett sending the ball down. She's trying to anyway, but she's being defeated, but trying to get the ball into space there. And again, the running game seems to be favoured by both schools. And the ball is going forward there now for Gaelscoil Chionn. But first with there is on Quitog O'Lara and Quitog Shin. Puck low, it's a thug sí an líróid sin agus ag leanúnta raige rís leis an imirt is an chalín ó imróir ó Gaelscoil Chionn. Now it looks like it's a game really where both defences seem to be very much on top. We've Nora de Barra, Nancy Nicrohur, Daisy Narco and Hannah Niverachú. Agus ag imirt go chúntaach for Gaelscoil Chionn. And here we've on the last captain then Hannah Niverachú, of course, Lor na himróí sin, just making sure playing a very defensive role there for her school today and defend hopefully to the very end with success. But then on the other end we've Kate Barrett, Lucy O'Donovan, Saif Collin and Caoimhe Linehan playing equally as well there for Laragh. And to be fair to them, they even are driving the offensive. Here we have Colleen Glanu Deragovic. She's going to keep going, but agus cúig sé clé agus fóríl. Now that's that's the second time on Imróir Shin has picked up the ball and has tried to run at the defence. Now interesting tactic maybe, she is running into a mass of bodies, the sea of bodies, perhaps she'd like to make space for herself and just get the opening point to settle Laragh. But again, as I've said, this is Laragh's first ever time in a Skeena Skull final ever. So it is, if anything, the outcome is going to be a bonus. It's the experience for them is going to be the most beautiful part of it. And here have Lucy Nichelliker sending the ball right up into the far, and that was a puck with interest. And I think that's Roisin near Cardavine and coming out again. Definitely Gaelscoil Carrigaline are going to see if they can get a score here now from that. Oh, and cool glow, it's a 5-second immersion. Now the reach Kale Hiver Kehi Neely Sigum. She'll have to turn around so I can get careful now. I'm so far up here it's hard to see the number. Is it ever a shot? Lucy Nichelliker. Thanks very much, the cameraman here looking after me. So we've Cuilawain the Chionn agus Neil score a bit fight of force ag Laragh, but we can see that Laragh are threatening, so I imagine won't be long before Larragh's in the ball. Here we have Iver Schacht again, Lucy Nichelliker. No, it's not Lucy, it's Iver and Roisin Nicardwan. And Roisin was ably stopped there by the defender for Laragh. Again, a stalemate. These girls seem to hunt in packs when it comes to chasing down the ball. And here we have Gaelscoil Carrigaline coming up again, trying to get the ball, but coming out is on Quito Laragh. Neelisagum Kehi, but that girl from Laragh, that Quito, has been playing very, very well and is making in very important interventions there in the back line for Laragh. Coming up to the ball there, up to Iver Nadiog. We have Rachel Murray in the play as well. I don't know if Rachel Nadarish, if it was Rachel, it was Iver Cuig Dr. Brona, Emily O'Flynn. It's a 12-a-side, but she's Iver Cuig Dog, so needless to come now. Whether she came on as an unnandee or she actually started the match, but regardless, welcome anyway to Emily O'Flynn. Now again, stalemate again, Iver shot there. Caoimhe Linehan's driving the ball forward on ground, very, very effective shot there, but picked up there by the defender for Gaelscoil Carrigaline. Picking it up again is another player. Great defensive play here by both teams. The blocking, the tackling, the tussling is very well on both sides. These teams are both up for the final today, very interested, very enthusiastic, and of course the experience, if anything else, is a bonus. But imagine we have famous Cork stars and they've played here in this ground, and great defensive play there by the defender for Laragh. Definitely she stopped a definite goal there, so well done to her there. And I'm sure the cool bar of Leisha Lehan is saying thank you very much for doing that. Now it looks like Gaelscoil Carrigaline have really settled very well into this match, and we're in our second third of this first half of 15 minutes. And it's really looks like Gaelscoil Carrigaline are the team that seem to be having the play mostly in the Laragh end of the field, picking up the ball and scooping it, but gone. Clay agus fóríl is the shot there. Now, looking at the game, there is a lot of wasted ball here by Gaelscoil Carrigaline. Again, is it important? Not if they're ahead, but they might regret at the end if Laragh gets a score. So the interesting thing here now is that puck out made a big difference. It's given Laragh the chance to attack and drive forward. Oh, Chionn top Ronan. So Gaelscoil Chionn, I keep saying Gaelscoil Carrigaline top Ronan, Gaelscoil Chionn, and seem to be ahead with Cuilawain anyway to Laragh, which gone in score a bit force. So we have Gaelscoil Chionn again seemed to be able to clear the ball effortlessly with very little pressure at all, and a lovely Ruharainer going down along the pitch there for Gaelscoil Clontarle, and it's working very well here for them. Now great defence there by Laragh, sending the ball up almost to the other side of the field, but again the Coola from Gaelscoil Clontarle seem to be making very little difficulty in clearing the ball out. And here we have the defence again from Laragh. I think the midfielders trying their best to drive the ball forward. And we have Ruby O'Halloran and Julie Canty, the captains, trying to make sure that the ball is going right into the forward line. They really want that score. They're hungry for that score. And here we have Laragh hoping to hold the ball up at this side of the field to make sure it doesn't go down, because they are under a lot of pressure in the back line with that able forward line of from Gaelscoil Clontarle driving forward, and coming out again with the ball is one of the midfielders for Gaelscoil Clontarle, and they're pushing on, driving forward. And again the defender for Laragh is being marked by 3 players. Collecting the ball there and doing very well was the player from Laragh. She's trying to make space for herself, driving forward, and that's exactly what she's done. It's gone into her teammate inside, driving with it. Now is she going to overplay? She's going to lay it off. Oh, it's gone Clay agus her 4-wheel. Now I have to say there was a player on her own. She ran into 2 players, and there was one of her teammates was on left hand side of the square there, and maybe she could have opted to hand pass it. She did try to go for her own score. It was definitely going to be a score if it was on target, but do you know what, that can happen too. Again, settling down the nerves and all that. So we're in our last third now of this first half, and definitely Gaelscoil Clontarle are seeming to be more in the driver's seat here. Great pick up there, great fielding the ball in the air there by the defender for Laragh, and the ball is coming down now into the forward line for Laragh, and hopefully they'll get a score from this, because if they get a score before half time to really settle them. Bar that goal, they are 2 very evenly matched sides. Oh, beautiful skill there by, was it Ivor Hucht? Natharish, I think it was Ivor Hucht. It was Ruby O'Halloran for the defence for Laragh, sending the ball forward. No, the defence for Gaelscoil Clontarle really holding their own, really doing very, coming back to help. Then it was the half back line. I was driving the ball out forward there, and then we have Gaelscoil Clontarle on the offensive again, and every time they go forward you're nearly half anticipating, you're expecting a score to come. They've been very, very effective in their attacks. Only for the defence of Laragh, only for Kate Barrett, Lucy O'Donovan, Sive Collin, Cueva Linehan, I'm sure Gaelscoil Clontarle would be more ahead than we imagine by listening to the cheers. Both lots of spectators are very excited, very happy to be here today. Great fielding there was that Ivor Dunne, Roisin Cardavon, and Roisin sent the ball in. Very excellent save there by Leisha Lehan. That was very crucial, especially coming so close to half time. So Mahu Leisha for doing that. Now Laragh trying to drive forward there, trying to get the ball to midfield, trying to get into the forward line, and maybe one more attack before half time. And it's important, again, as I said, if Laragh could get that score, it would really settle them and give them great confidence going forward in the second half. What a solo run. And it's on target. Is it on target? Oh, it went, yes, shot is there 4-wheel. Now we can see that Laragh have the potential and the talent to actually make great headway here when it comes to getting a score. It's just they've been unfortunate. So we're into the closing minutes here now in this first half on Caitla, and coming forward now is Gaelscoil Clontarle, hoping to get a score that'll give them a lovely cushion going into half time. And Huilela fights again Galinshin. Natharish K4A. Again now I seem to be not able to get good visuals on who got that score. And we have now, of course, a player coming off there for Laragh, and Unodi Ekchachtastak. So welcome to the super sub for Laragh. But it looks very different now. We have Gaelscoil Clontarle with Gachul gone score a bit at Laragh. Now we know Laragh have been very offensive when they've gotten the ball. They've elected to run at the defence for Gaelscoil Chionn, but at the same time we've had a few wides for Laragh, but we also then have had some great defensive play from the defenders in Gaelscoil Chionn. So Nora, Nancy, Daisy and Hannah should be well pleased with their first half performance. That said, there has been great defending done by Kate Barrett, Lucy O'Donovan, Sive Collin, Cueva Linhan, not forgetting Leisha Lehan's great save there in the first half. So Egla Ama, interesting for the second half, because I think Laragh are going to come up on the first 5 minutes and they might get their opening score in this match, but the scoreline is anyway tSaile with Gachul and Laragh can score or be force. So it is very interesting, and I think there's a lot going to happen in the second half, but we are eagerly awaiting that second half start now. So half time, 2 goals to tSaile, Gaelscoil, and we have Laragh waiting yet on their opening score. So fáilte róimh ar ríis don tarna chuid an chluthe sportúil úntaach seo. The first half scoreline was 2 goals to no score. It didn't really reflect the competitive nature of this match, and our Réitor is starting the match again don tarna chuid. So 15 minutes now will determine who the champion of this Grind Dual Camogie Shea will be today. Dual Camogie means that both schools enter a girls' camogie team as well as a boys' football team, so it's credit due to those schools to put 2 teams forward to support Skeena here. And tSaile finishing as well as they did in the first half by driving forward, and I still haven't seen her ever, but on Cuitoch Shin for Laragh has been very, very impactful in her defensive drives out and her clearances as well. Now, to be fair to Laragh, do they deserve to be 2 goals behind? No, they don't. They have been an admirable adversary here today in the Skeena final. They have played such beautiful camogie. They've been competitive, they have been ambitious, they've been driven, and this is for a team playing in their first ever Skeena final for both camogie and hurling. So they're not daunted at all by the occasion or the spectacular setting here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. The spectators for both schools are really excited to be here today as well, and you can hear the cheering and the chanting in the background, both supporting their schools. Gaelscoil Chionn, of course, wanting to achieve the double after winning the ladies football in October, and they look like they are driving towards it. And here we have now Laragh coming forward, but she was marked by not 1 but 3 players. And so Damien Horgan here from Gardner's Hill, our Réitor here today, I'm sure is enjoying this lovely day in the sunshine, and Míle Buíochas to his principal from St. Patrick's School in Gardner's Hill for releasing him here today to support Skeena is supported by voluntary support from the Moontory of Cork and the other volunteers as well. So Skeena is very grateful to all the people who give up their time, the principals who release teachers, and the staff behind then who look after those classes when those Moontory are missing. So Míle Buíochas to everyone involved to make this such an occasion as it is for the children who get to enjoy Skeena. And I'm sure now the Moontory from Gaelscoil Chionn, Selena, Orlagh, Dawn are delighted with the play here from their team, and are excited at the prospect of Bader Coola 3. But no, coming to it, there's the defender for Laragh, and she's managed to take the ball out of danger, and our Réitor Damien Horton is just watching to see now what will develop here, but the ball is still in the back line for Laragh, so under pressure for Laragh are Kate, Lucy, Sive and Cueva. They're managed pushed out a little bit, maybe Ruby O'Halloran and Julie Canty, the midfielders, will drive the ball forward into the forward line, and it looks like that's happening as well. But can anything be done? And the ball is being sent forward, and it's gone into the forward line for Laragh. Will Laragh get their first score? Will Laragh manage to get their name and score? It looks like Claire has it here. Maybe she should just go for her score. Goals and points have been scored from midfield here in Skeena. This is where magic happens. This is where wonderful things happen. Driving the ball forward there for Laragh with the cool bar. Mahu Leisha Lehan. Mahu Tobron and Riva Ní Riley, and Riva managed to save not once but twice. Riva's trying to send it out again, and the ball is dropping there, and Laragh have their opening score. Now we have a very interesting match with with 3 minutes of play, we have Laragh with their opening score. Now, to be fair to Damien Horgan, he could see that there was an in-roar on the ground there, but he had to let the play continue to give Laragh the opportunity to play this movement to its conclusion. But there was great work done by Riva there trying to defend, but she had no answer to that forward line from Laragh that have been threatening for so long. And Wheela Buekas to the Moontori from Laragh, who have prepared them so well. I'm sure Micheál McSweeney, Mr. Ambrose, Miss O'Connell, and of course the pre-vid, Mr. Lorden, who's very enthusiastic and excited to be here today leading his school. They must all be delighted that Laragh have gotten a goal. It is as they deserved to get that score. It was very important for them to get the score. As I said at half time, I felt if Laragh could get the opening score in the first 5 minutes, it would give them a great chance. They would have come out hungry to get that opening score, and now we have a very interesting scoreline. Gachul to Gaelscoil Kiontala and Coolawan then for Laragh. So here we have well done to the Imroar, who was injured there. She's up on her feet again. Of course, the magic holy water makes such a difference here when children are playing in Skeena Skull. All it is, and of course the adrenaline keeps going as well. And again, Gaelscoil Kiontala eager to get the ball and get a score to answer that score from Laragh. Laragh buoyed up by that score. The forwards sending the ball forward there again. So we have the forwards there for Laragh moving forward. I'm sure to be Julie Canty, the captain, is delighted with that score. But with Isabel Lane, Aisling Daly, Cara Casey, and they're all hoping now to get a second score to make the difference here for the school. But coming out with his Sive calling. Well done, Sive. Sive sending the ball out, and it's dropped there out of the hand of the Imroar from Gaelscoil Kiontala, and collects the ball as if it were hooked. Ruby O'Halloran. Ruby sending the ball forward. She's trying to get it again, but no, she's so well marshalled there by Iver Shea. Amy Nicola Fodrick for Gaelscoil Kiontala. I have to confess, it's easier to see the numbers on the jerseys for Laragh than it is for Gaelscoil Kiontala. Iver hooked again is Ruby O'Halloran. Ruby has to get the ball in to give her team any chance. It's holding nicely there for Laragh. It's going into the defence there for Gaelscoil Kiontala, but that defence that have been so effective. They kept that forward line scoreless in the opening half. They are holding a circle again and are definitely defending. And we have Laragh coming with the ball with the forward, but the ball was blocked again by the defence for Gaelscoil Kiontala. Coming out again, who's going to get it here? There's a player from Laragh getting. She's going to try. What a block down from Gaelscoil Kiontala. The way these players have been so well prepared. These are athletes, of course. They're ladies footballers as well as camogie players, dual players as we say in the modern game, and there are very few of them who are dual players. So well done, girls. I suppose they're taking leadership from the Cork ladies footballers, camogie players who are dual players as well. Collects the ball there beautifully is the more for Kiontala, and she's in the ball and she's in a dangerous ball in. Coming, hard look on poor Leisha Lehan. The ball went in, and I'm sure Leisha's disappointed about that, but that's okay. And Cogard is the more for Gaelscoil Kiontala. As I said, I suppose tSaile were trying to put a little bit more distance between them, and well done. I wonder, was that one of the half backs or one of the forwards? I say it was Iver Shacht again. Would it been Iver Shacht? Lucy Nichela got her second score to add to the goal also that Claudine Irigon, the captain for Gaelscoil Kiontala, scored at the end of the first half. Now coming forward again is coming and driving the ball forward, and Ariesha Gosser Foreel. Now this is an uphill battle for Laragh. Laragh had to work very hard to get that single goal they have already, and tSaile really have been doing very, very well. They have 3 goals now. They have that cushion of Gachul, and with just over we're just into the second third of the second half now, so they're at most about 9 minutes. We have to include injury time as well onto that. That is left for Laragh to get those 2 scores to level, no mind drive ahead. Now that said, Laragh has been getting a lot of the play. Perhaps they'll try and take their points to see if they could eat into that lead. Again, a ball drifting in and going. And here we have the Coolbara. We are switching Coolbaras there for Laragh, and she did get to the ball first, but just didn't clear it far enough. So the ball is still in this around the goal mouth there for Laragh. And Gaelscoil Kiontala, of course, after having 1 score already, they'll want to get double scores here now. for the second half to get 2 goals each half if possible. Is that he were shocked? And if we're shocked at getting the first point. So Lucy McCallicher, I think Lucy has gotten 2 goals. I could be wrong, but if it is, Lucy is either on a goal and a point from this match so far, or Gachul agus Coolina won. So it's great scoring there by Lucy, great return. Lucy playing midfield, so she's covering a lot of ground here today for Gaelscoil Chionn and is enjoying her final. No doubt she'll carry great memories. That's not to say that she's not being well marked by the midfielders as well of Ruby O'Halloran and Julie Canty for Laragh. Now it looks like all right that Gaelscoil Chionn definitely have knocked some of that early enthusiasm out of the hearts and the spirit of Laragh. They seem to be on top most definitely, and coming through again is that Lucy McCallicher coming through. Yeah, Lucy settling herself up, and the cool Baran managed to get a hurley to it and span up and over. So we have Lucy now Laragh Chulina Nish fighted son Tarnala anseo and better on Trio Chul Niliscum Nil Kintafos. So now there's going to be on the deep brought onto the pitch there for Laragh. Laragh definitely strategizing. The Moontory for Laragh doing their very best anyway to try and see if they can eat into that lead from Gaelscoil Chionn. And welcome to the pitch on Odisha. You know, regardless of the outcome, it's lovely to get a run on this pitch, which is more like a carpet. Páirc Uí Chaoimh is where the top stars in GA and Camogie get to play their matches when they represent their county. And here we have our young people equal footing as well. It's a special memory, and it's where the hunger and the drive to don the red jersey for Cork is definitely fostered. And of course, we have Gaelscoil Chionn tSaile Camogie Club represented here, only found in 2015, and here they are now. So proud, I'm sure, the representatives of the club to see players representing the club, also representing the Gaelscoil as well. Beautiful free there taken by the player for Laragh, and it's really going to make a big difference here. Can Laragh push forward and get a score? They're trying to get a goal, they're trying to push in, but our cool Boris sent it to the right and wide, and I think Riva Riley was right to do that. That was very cleverly done by Riva. Riva seems to be cool under pressure, not phased at all by the calibre of the defence coming here from Laragh. And of the forward line, I mean, coming in here from Laragh, descending on goal. So we have on the free there taken again, and beautiful strike, and she's keeping it on target as well. Fantastic, a lofting ball, but coming through there is on Clito. Gaelscoil Chionn making space for herself to drive it forward. And here we have the cool Boric, Leisha Lehan. Leisha really getting stuck in the action here. Leisha is a lady of many talents. She can play outfield as well as in goal, so well done Leisha there. And here we have the hearts of lions from Laragh. Laragh aren't looking at the score line at all. Laragh are not seeing the difference. They're going to play on to the very last minute. Now we're going into the final third of this second half, the final third of the whole match in its entirety, and it looks like Gaelscoil Carrigaline, all they have to do is sit on their lead, and they will comfortably have a second win in one season of Skeena-Skull, which is fairly historic for any school, no mind Gaelscoil Carrigaline for the Colini. But I must say that said, they are not happy to sit comfortably on that lead. They're hungry for more scores. They're hungry to drive on and add to that scoreline. And why wouldn't they? They only get one chance of playing the Skeena-Skull final in 2023 here now in the Camogie, and they're not going to let it go, and they're continuing on. Here is Leisha, very easy recognise Leisha in her Ganzi Iverahain here on shot, and tá Leisha ag déanamh níireacht a hiireacht chun fiabhsa chur ar an bhleithe seo de Laragh ach níl mórán ag tarlúnta níos now, except Gaelscoil Carrigaline coming on. Lovely hand pass there, and looks like a score, and that was a fantastic score. When all is said, we'll always remember the person who got the score, but it's the person who had the vision to find the player on her own, and that great vision was the reason that Gaelscoil Carrigaline now have Kerachul agus Gachulín Foitse. And we still have Laragh though. Laragh kept their heads up, and they got that fantastic score there too as well. So Laragh still aren't finished yet, I'm sure. And here we have, she's been marked by two players. Gaelscoil Carrigaline are hunting in packs, and Julie Canty, the captain, the only player representing Newcestown. The rest of the players for Laragh play with Bandon. She is there, she's going to drive the team forward. That solo player from Newcestown, and it's hard to do when you have the calibre of such a defence as Gaelscoil Carrigaline have. Leisha Lehan has it. Leisha's going to try and send it for. Again, Gaelscoil Carrigaline seem to have all the skills, the blocking, the tackling, the tussling, make it impossible for this excellent Laragh team, a highly skilled team from Laragh, to try and get an additional score here. And here we have our coolie here from Laragh. She collects the ball, she hand passed to her teammate, and yet is coming to it again. So Laragh are hunting and tussling and competing with their hearts on their sleeves here. They are carrying the jersey for the school. They're carrying the jersey, the name, the reputation of their schools, and they're doing their best. Other teams might step back and say, listen, is there any answer to this outstanding Gaelscoil Carrigaline team? But not Laragh. Laragh are going to play to the final whistle, and miracles do happen here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. Magic happens on this green carpet here, and Laragh believe in that, and without that belief they would not be playing as well as they're playing today. Remember, it's a magical day for Laragh, their first time ever in Skeena-Skull final. How their parents must be so proud, how their club trainers must be so proud, and there's no denying that their Muntori and Previda are so proud in here today. And here we have again Gaelscoil Carrigaline, or Gaelscoil Chionn pushing forward again, but it's okay, it's collected there beautifully by the Coolbora and here we have the final whistle has blown, and on a final scoreline of Kerracoo agus Gauchúlín for Gaelscoil Chionn, they have won back-to-back Skeena-Skull finals, the football and the camogie, and yet we cannot forget a valiant, gallant Laragh team. That team who represented their school in the first ever Skeena-Skull final for the school, and how proud their Muntori and their Previda must be of them. And Cogordicus Chionn, historic it is today to have back-to-back successes, but we cannot forget that Laragh made it very difficult for them and pushed them all the way.
And when you're finished, come up to me and give me a box.
Go on,
Don't keep walking now.
Let's look this way now.